What is up, everybody? I'm Andy with Form Films. You have rolled your chair up to the creative table. Today I'm joined by Eli, editor, writer extraordinaire, Kevin, executive producer and fine artist and special effects guy extraordinaire, and remotely we are joined by Tim, the Nagel Rock Nagel.
The one and only.
The one and only Nagel, an amazing motion graphic artist and editor. And today we are going to stir the pudding, and I'm going to be the pudding stick.
Pudding stick.
We are going to bring forth films that we feel are highly overrated in culture.
Overrated.
And then potentially offer up
everyone else loves them except you, right?
Yes, basically. And then offer up maybe a video that is a movie that is did the genre or the premise better, than the overrated one. So without further ado, should we just drop one?
Flip coin to see who goes first?
Paper, rock, scissors?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I don't want to go first.
I'll go first.
You guys ready? You're excited about this.
Oh, let's hear Andy.
All right.
Nagel, do you agree that Andy should go first, Nagel?
By the way, we haven't told each other.
No, we haven't told each other.
Bringing.
No, nobody knows.
What were the rules of the game for the audience, just so they know?
So bring an overrated movie or a critically acclaimed movie or whatever that you think is just like not as hot as it should be.
Yeah.
And then ideally, if you can think of one, you bring another movie with you that you think did the same premise or the same genre better.
It almost sounds like what I literally just said.
Yes.
Almost. For those who just tuned in.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Okay.
This film came out. I was in the prime to see it. Somehow I never saw it when it came out. And it was the prime time for me to see it. And it was many years later, I saw pieces of it on TV. And I finally, a couple of months ago, fired it up, watched the whole thing. And I went, And that movie is Heat.
Oh,
I did not think it was an epic. I don't think it's a masterpiece by any means.
Man, where's McRae?
I know.
He would be chewing you out right now.
Oh yeah.
You'd be like,
yes,
he's probably calling my phone right now. Watching.
Here's what I think it is. I think that the gun battle in downtown was groundbreaking. Really the action and the blocking and it wasn't that great of a scene. What was great about it is they decided not to go back and sound effect all the bullets with the 1980s stock bullet sounds, and they used the actual recording of the reverberating sound between the buildings. And that was huge, and that did make that scene groundbreaking, and I think it carried the film, but I just don't think the characters themselves, it's not that great a movie.
How do you feel, Eli? Have you seen this film?
I have. I'm kind of with you a little bit. I think the for me, the peak is definitely that gunfight in the city, and then after that, and I get that it's like a bigger it's a whole character thing, and there's deep characters and Al Pacino, and
they weren't that deep though, like
De Niro and they're
him and the girlfriend and whatever. It just
I really didn't get the big deal about the scene between them at the bar.
No.
I've heard things about it.
Yeah.
I watched it. I was like,
yeah,
it's a scene at a bar.
There's big names at the bar.
Yeah. This whole episode's off to kind of a soft start because I kind of agree as well. I'm like, honestly, I remember that film being pushed so hard, and seeing it and being like, I don't really know. I can barely remember it. I don't crave to watch it. If it's on television, I don't stop to I'm scrolling through. Oh, Heat's on. Yeah, keep going. It's like,
Nagel, what do you think, buddy?
Make this segment interesting.
Well, honestly, I haven't seen so many years.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like you feel like if it were that good, you would have seen it. You would have made an intention. Oh, we got to watch Heat. It's been too long.
Okay, so let me throw. I want to keep it moving. Let me throw out the film I think did the premise better. It did get recognition, but I think it should have received all the recognition that Heat got.
Okay.
Heist, ensemble cast, rich relational stuff. Right. I'm gonna throw out The Town. Ben Affleck's masterpiece.
It was in my head. I wasn't gonna. Yep.
That
all day.
movie. Rich environment, rich city. The city's a character.
Great lines in that film.
Great dialogue. Man. You care about the characters. They actually have relational capital with 100%. Each other and the viewer. Better movie.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. So that said, Nagel, do you want to offer up something to bring on internet hate upon yourself now? Or would you like someone at the table to take the next round?
I'm going to get some major hate for this.
Dude,
but
bring it.
I kind of hate myself for this.
Oh, man.
We hate you too.
Next level.
So, I'm going to say original Star Wars today, for sure, is overrated. And I love the movie. It was a great movie. It's got a
Eric, hang up on Tim. Just hang up on him.
Wow. Tim, you're breaking up.
Original Star Wars, has it aged well? Yeah, a little bit. It's good. But I want to say that now here's the replacement. If Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 was out at the same time, at that one, I think Guardians of the Galaxy might have won it for me.
You mean over A New Hope? You're talking about A New Hope.
Yeah.
In 1977, if Guardians
because
was out.
Guardians of the Galaxy had more environments, more aliens, a better humor aspect to it.
Bigger budgets, more computer graphics.
Obviously, but
It benefited from all the.
But what I'm saying is, even down to some big themes about love and music, and how music is an international, interspecies, intergalactic message. You know, like how he has his cassette tape and he meets what's her name. And Star Wars just isn't that deep. You know, it was fun at the time, and we all got to learn about the Force. And Harrison Ford was awesome, and you know, the Wookiee, and there's a lot of great stuff. But I just looking back, and
sad.
actually to this day, like I think I've kind of dropped away from Star Wars because of like the recent movies that have come out, the movies that came out in the 90s, recent shows that have come out, except for The Mandalorian, I like Andor and the New Hope one. You know, I'm kind of just like, it just didn't, the story obviously didn't have that much of a blast off to really make it to this day and age. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't have the.
So,
is this something you've always felt, Tim, or is this something that the latest, like last 5+ years of Disney just bludgeoning us with more, cheap?
It's getting cheesier and cheesier.
Yes, but like, did you feel this way since that, or do you think you're affected by that? You think?
Yeah, I think when I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, I've always wondered, would it have kicked Star Wars butt? And I think it would have. I think it obviously, especially if you could do the two today, like redo them, both, or like, if you could redo Star Wars, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say is like the two stories side by side, they're just Guardians of the Galaxy is just so much deeper.
We need a rule that says the film that did it better has to have taken place within 10 years of your.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Because technology aside, even like culturally, there's so much impact that Star Wars had. I don't think Guardians would exist without Star Wars, regardless of technology.
It's true.
But I will say, it's sort of like what we talked about on our hot dog scene episode. Like movies made in the late 70s, 80s that were action or sci-fi, they had kind of a more narrow vision of how to tell that story, where I think now we've broadened that out, and you do wrap maybe a deeper emotional thing or maybe a more of a funny thing in with the serious story. But back then, like 2010, Year We Make Contact is kind of a straightforward thing. Like he doesn't ever reminisce about, I miss my son back home on Earth, right? Like we talked about that.
Yeah.
So I think there probably was some cultural like guardrails around this genre. It needs to be this thing.
Lucas described Star Wars as a soap opera in space.
Yeah.
So,
but it's a little narrower than what James Gunn's getting away with on Guardians. So.
And here, what would happen if you could send James Gunn back in time and have him do Star Wars? I mean, it'd be an interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have brought a little bit more of that, like
Han Solo would be more sarcastic.
The same thing he did with Superman is what would
right. Right.
Oh,
yeah.
Leia was already a sarcastic.
That could have been mine, actually. But
yeah. All right. Well,
but anyway, I love Star Wars. Don't get me wrong. I just think we have over the years, it's still it's become overrated when you really look at it for what it was then. Yeah, obviously.
Here's one that did it better.
So Tim at Nagel.com.
Empire did it better.
Direct all your hate to Tim at 555.
Yeah.
Just, if you could use your force powers to choke me, I'll be doing a musical tonight.
Do not
In
read
a
the
moment
comment.
here, you will see Tim's phone number flash on the screen repeatedly.
All right, Eli, bring us one, man. What's overrated?
All right, this is a very recent one. So
okay.
Oscar winner of multiple Oscars, spawned a franchise. Great director, one of my favorite directors. Fantastic, just like technically amazing.
I kind of want to guess at it until we get it now.
Listen,
like this
What
is
genre are we in? Can we?
It's one of the best sci-fi. Not
Okay,
best,
it's a Nolan
because I
movie.
think it's overrated, but big sci-fi deal.
It's Christopher Nolan.
Great score, great acting, great cinematography. Everything about it is objectively,
Inception,
technically
isn't it?
amazing.
Except that it's not a good movie.
no, it's going to be Tenet.
Guys, I don't think Dune is all that great.
Oh!
I don't think Dune is that good.
How's that music go? This is like,
Dude.
No.
Talk about New Dune.
Yeah, New Dune.
New Dune.
New Dune, yeah.
New Dune.
Yeah.
So-
I watched them both. They're both. I get that it's not your average. It's not a Star Wars. It's more. It's more slow and it's more like intentional and all this stuff. And it's one of my favorite directors ever. And everything
I do
about
like him.
those movies are technically incredible.
Yeah. Is it just the story that doesn't lend itself to coming to
don't
life?
know.
I've never liked the story, so I never even saw
I
the
just
new
don't
ones.
care for it.
you
It's
just
like
I just
do
don't
you
care
ever
for
get
it.
that feeling? I have this, and Andy doesn't. Like with the environment it takes place in, just sort of affects how you feel about the film.
No.
There's nothing like they're in the desert like the whole film. This kind of sucks.
Whole movie's a
No,
desert.
I don't even care about that. It's just something about it is like if it's on live TV, I'm scrolling through the channels, I'm never gonna, babe, stop what you're doing. Dune's on.
Gotta drop in and watch Dune.
Yeah.
Right, totally. I have that
wow.
kind of thing with spaceships sometimes, or tight, like sort of monotonous environments across a whole film.
yeah.
I can get bored with it in that way, and it's not the film's fault. It's just kind of like I don't want to be in this container for the whole thing. Like
Now, don't get me wrong. Dune is good. I watched them both. I would watch them again, right? But I'm not.
It's not a masterpiece, is what you're saying.
I don't think it deserved as much praise and as much, as many Oscars as it got and all this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
how do you feel about that?
Now, I never cared for the story at all, so I saw the originals with Patrick Stewart back in the 80s and the original cinematic version, and I was like, and I just don't really care.
I can tell you who did the sandworms better. Beetlejuice. Or Tremors with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, that's a masterpiece.
Right there.
But can you?
Dune is totally hard to do, man. It is a
No, it
mouthful.
is hard to do, and I would say like what they did with it is like probably one of the best adaptations of the source material.
Yeah.
Like they did a good job at adapting it. I just don't really care
It's a
for
tough
it.
story to
It seems
swallow.
like if you're like, okay, I've got all the best directors, writers, special effects. I got it all lined up. What are we remaking? Dinner with Andre. What can you do with two guys at a table having dinner? Like you can only push that so far. Sand, lots of sand and drama. It's going to be dramatical. Okay, so I'm going to get
It's a sand drama.
sand drama. Okay, so you can't even offer it did it better because
Oh, I can.
Can you?
More genre related, but I think
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I think just like same director, one of the two as well. Blade Runner,
49.
both.
Oh.
Just if we're measuring both Dune movies, then I would say both Blade Runner movies, one of which is done by the same director as the Dune movies. Like I think both Blade Runners did a much better job at that sci-fi character-rich drama, philosophical. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say they did the sand a lot better in Blade Runner.
Yeah,
Yeah,
way better sand.
way better.
Yeah. I did like and
was the
appreciate
thing that came
Dune.
to mind.
It was very sort of, it took its time and it kind of let, those
Yeah,
moments
I
settle.
appreciated
And there
it
was
for
some of
that.
that, almost like Dances with Wolves a little bit in the desert in some ways, with like these long drawn out moments or scenes that you could kind of appreciate. I liked just the world development of it.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was interesting, but it was not a film I came away going, man, I got to watch that again. I can't can't wait to see that film again.
Yeah.
Like I just was like, oh, that was art.
It feels like once you watch it, you're like, I watched a bunch of art.
Check the box.
But I feel like I don't have to watch it again because there wasn't anything that I missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. It's a good way to put it.
That's
Yeah.
deep. Okay.
I love those movies. I watch them on repeat. It's weird. I like them. There's something calming about them when I'm editing.
Are you serious?
But I have a soft spot in my heart for Dune because every summer I'd come home from my parents' summer camp, and the ones from the 80s with Kyle MacLachlan.
Yeah, and Patrick Stewart.
And Patrick Stewart. They used to do there's like a 4-hour version of the movie that David Fincher never really got to
David
Lynch.
David Lynch. Was it Lynch?
Lynch never got to put out. And they would play that on Fox every summer. And you'd get the whole like download of where we are, you'd get everything like, shown to you in like graphic form. Here's this planet. Here's what they do, And so I really got the story from an early age, like, oh, okay, I get this. So for me, it's like a part nostalgia, and then to just see them remake it and vividly, the visuals are all kind of symmetrical. The lighting is perfect, right? We have to agree. It is perfect. There's great scenes in this whole movie, the darkness and the shadows, and oh my gosh.
I wonder how much of that was CG, supplemented versus legit, like on set.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
Like Life of Pi. Remember that year Life of Pi won like best cinematography or whatever, and it was like, dude, it was all digital.
Anyway, I'm tired of hearing the Star Wars haters' opinion about.
Yeah. Remember that?
How much they love Dune.
You see, Tim, that thing you felt.
I love Star Wars.
That thing you felt was called nostalgia, and it should be working for Star Wars too.
Yeah.
I love Star Wars.
Right.
I just
You're
think
dead to
it's
me,
kind
Tim.
of recently been replaced by Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, stop talking.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm kidding.
I know.
All right, so Kevin's going to bring it home.
I'm bringing it home.
We'll see if Kevin can
I'm gonna
stir the pudding more than we stirred it.
I don't know if I don't think anybody's going to beat Tim here, but I'm definitely going to upset a lot of people.
I did it.
Tim went with the shock values choice.
If I recall, this might be Eric's favorite film. I'm not sure. Eric in the control room is going to be upset. Don't say anything if you know what I'm talking about, Eric, here. But I'm going to say the film. I mean, this is something for me that's been consistent from day one when I saw the film. I remember being in the theater and being like, this is a it's a good movie, but like what came after, like I enjoyed it, but what came afterwards was just this massive tsunami of praise and awards. And matter of fact, it was nominated for like 11 or 12 Academy Awards. It won Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Visual Effects, Best Costume Design, Best Sound Mixing, nominated for Supporting Actor, Original Score, Director, Original Screenplay, Cinematography, Film Editing, Production Design.
Must be Showgirls.
Yeah, it's actually Pluto with Eddie Murphy, if you haven't seen it.
Oh, wow.
So, no, it was one of those films I was like...
What genre? Because I want to guess.
I can't tell you because it'll give it away, I think. It's one of those things where I remember sitting at home, and I used to watch the Academy Awards religiously every year, and I was sitting at home even going...
That's a lot.
I think, is it that good? It's good, but is it that good? It's not Titanic. Good Lord, like Titanic happened and it like affected people, for days or weeks in some ways. I'm spitting it out. Here it comes. Gladiator.
Ooh, that is interesting.
Gladiator is a good movie. I can appreciate it. I understand why people like it. But it is
there
overrated.
goes your church-based audience.
Yeah.
Just lost every man in America.
Gladiator's overrated. I'll tell you why, in my opinion.
Okay.
It did a good job of satisfying, a revenge story, right? But you strip away the cinematography and the score, and you're left with a pretty thin character development. You're left with kind of a script that oftentimes was written on the fly.
Oh yeah, that's why you're feeling what you're feeling.
And you had subplots that were just dropped halfway through, like the corruption of Rome, and this whole thing was just dropped. Russell Crowe himself apparently is on record saying parts of it are crap. You've got an incredible score that somehow did not win the Oscar. I mean,
that also somehow went on to be in the Pirates of the Caribbean, and
right?
That
is interesting too. Yeah,
Hans has used that theme like 3 times.
it's a whole other episode.
Oh yeah,
listen to the Gladiator score, and you will hear the main.
That whole thing just carried right on over, didn't he? Milked that one.
They just downloaded from Envato.com.
Right? No,
Hans just hit copy, paste.
Change one. But I mean, the score should have won at that time, and yet it didn't. And instead, it won Best Picture, and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon didn't. And I think if you'd have flipped it around, if I could have flipped it, I would have said Crouching Tiger that year should have won Best Picture. Gladiator should have won Best Score. But it's interesting because, you know, it did bring a gritty element to a past, you know, time period. Yeah. They copied a lot of techniques from Saving Private Ryan. They had I think it's one of those things where I look back at it, and I think people, maybe Hollywood as well, just fell in love with a decades-long lost sword and sandals epic. Like that had not been done in so long. And honestly, Gladiator launched not only Russell Crowe's career, but it launched that whole. You remember we got all those like Troy and all these like
all the clones,
all these like movies that were like, oh, let's do that, it's back, we're back, baby. And a lot of those just didn't land.
It's sort of like
when did Braveheart come out? Did that come out before?
You just slow down there, buddy.
Braveheart
was 95. 95 was Braveheart.
95, yeah.
And I think in 98 or 98 was Gladiator or something like that.
No. 2000 was Gladiator.
2000 was Gladiator.
98 was Private Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
because I remember when we were talking at Masters of Motion one year, we were talking to the producer of Private Ryan. Do you remember this?
Yes.
And she was telling us how they had to call Mel Gibson because they were like, how did you do 3,000 people running around fighting and not actually have somebody die?
Yes.
And so like
she told that hilarious story of her taking Spielberg's script and like cleaning it up for him and like making it nice and neat and tossing his other script out and like, look, I improved your binder. And he was the next day going, where's my binder? Where's my binder? Like he wanted the messy, like noted, like crumpled up scripts. You know, his binder was full of just his brain. And then she had cleaned it all up. And he's like, this is crap. I need my binder. So she had to go dumpster dive to get his binder.
And the other fun fact, you remember this too? Like that we're going down a rabbit hole now, but the first day they shot the beach landing, they came away with crap. Nothing worked.
Yes. And they were just like, I don't know if this is going to work. Yeah.
Can you talk about stress?
And they're like, just screw it. Just everyone go and just run around like crazy.
They had a contest for who could get the coolest shots, all the camera ops.
Yeah. They went from it was too planned and it was too orchestrated. And they just said, you know what?
Go do violent things, just nobody actually die.
Back to the matter at hand, though.
Yeah. So here's the one thing that I want to make sure, like the best picture part. I remember thinking this at the time, and I couldn't remember it a minute ago, so I looked it up. I remember feeling like they're lucky that this wasn't like last year or the next year even. Like instead, the lineup for best picture that year in 2000 was Chocolat.
Oh, chocolate.
Yeah. Without the E.
Man.
Traffic.
Yeah.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and Aaron Brockovich.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Gladiator. So I'm like, it's
I'm
like that football team. You won. Yeah, but we played.
Yeah, but usually it's the art house stuff that wins, not the big epic. But
well, I think in that way it was kind of that a little bit in terms of Ridley Scott. He made it look gorgeous. It sounded amazing, but that carried, I think, most of the film. And honestly, who did it better? Okay, so I was thinking about this. Like Tim said it, Braveheart. Braveheart was the same.
Dang.
Braveheart was a revenge saga, love story, like the whole thing from the scale to the script to the pacing to the way it made you feel at the end, the whole thing. I mean, Braveheart. Yeah. And then a little research, of course. I haven't seen these, but like, you know, Lawrence of Arabia, Spartacus, Kingdom of Heaven, actually another Ridley Scott film, has more mature, I guess, and well-developed
I never saw that
theme
one.
to it. Me neither, but a little bit of research with some people are saying that. So but Braveheart all day long. That's a great film. Actually, it's one of those that you can't watch too often because it's just it's heavy. Heavy film.
Crank it up and turn that subwoofer up when you do.
Yes.
The stampeding is woo.
Ooh, yeah. Hold.
I said that church comment earlier because I swear my church used a lot of Braveheart graphics for 1 year, and then Gladiator was the next year. It was like all manly themed.
But we got a lot of memes out of it, right? I mean, are you not entertained?
I will say, you know, my last thought on the whole subject though is like, for me, it was like, did I come away feeling something and remembering a character or a name or not? And weirdly enough, I hate sandal and sword as a genre. Like, I don't watch.
You don't like Lou Ferrigno's Hercules?
I don't really like any of that stuff, but I felt something coming out of Gladiator. So I actually enjoyed. I think no, I think it's a good movie.
I can
Despite all
appreciate
the
it as a
things.
film, but I do think it just
Yeah,
got it was
Sure,
people
it-
praise it like it's the best film ever, and I'm like,
Yeah, I
come
can
on,
see
guys,
that. I
that's
can
not
see
the.
But yeah, that was kind of my benchmark. Was do I remember anything or anyone or care? You know.
All right.
Yeah.
So all right.
Well,
You really-
I hope you care.
Hey, I'm going to throw out an honorable mention.
Honorable overreach.
This is going
nice.
to upset all of the Gen Z and Gen Alphas right now. I don't care what any of them say.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go.
K-pop Demon Hunters is overrated.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I haven't seen.
I haven't seen it.
Hey, nobody watching this that has seen Gladiator, no, they will not have seen K-pop Demon, vice versa, unless you've got
I don't know the
little kids.
origin of that, but it sounds like one of those like drunk dartboard shows where the producers are like throwing a dart and they're like, "Okay, K-pop, I like it, Bob. Let's do it."
It's only the biggest
throw another dart
movie
and
on Netflix of all time
Yeah.
right now, and I watched it for that reason. Going,
Yeah.
what is all the hype? My girls, I have my 3 oldest girls are like, just they love the film and they freak out about it, and they can sing it and do the dances and all the things. I'm just like,
No.
yeah, I'm not. I mean,
Alrighty then.
it's one of those like, that's cool animation, but it's ripping off Spider-Man, in
Yeah.
Spider-Verse. It's ripping off, I mean, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles did it. I mean, and now that's that style. And the
Right.
music's incredible. Some of the vocals are incredible, but other than that, I'm like, it's not that big of a deal, guys.
All right.
But
All right.
honorable mention. Any honorable mention from you guys if you had to throw one out?
no, I just hate you all now.
Yeah, I hate Nagel.
Oh, wonderful.
Nagel will
Great.
never be joining us
Gonna
again.
go home and we're gonna watch The
Like
Town
I
and
said earlier, you
Braveheart
guys
and
missed it.
Yeah.
I said I'm endangering the mission. I shouldn't have come, and none of you heard that.
yeah, Star Wars is gonna
Oh.
be. I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night going, can't believe he said that.
I can't believe that. What?
Yeah.
Laying awake at night just angry at Tim.
Yeah, people are going to be upset with me.
All right. Well,
If you're angry at Tim, leave a comment.
yes. If you'd like to be a pudding
Which movie
stick,
are you the most upset by? And
stir the
Hey,
pudding with us.
mention your
Coming
own.
soon to-
No, that would be
coming
fun.
soon
Throw
to
your
creative
own.
table, an effigy of Tim. You can burn it home.
We should
Oh, no.
sell voodoo
Limited
dolls of Tim.
supplies.
Yes. All right.
I want
Like,
to hear what they say though in the comments.
I
for
agree.
Sure.
Like, subscribe, leave a comment, stir the pudding with us, and until next time on Creative Table, peace out.
Peace out.
Bye.